You're just always a vibe.
It's
Win,
always a
lose, or
vibe.
draw. You're
Win,
just
lose, or draw, it's always a good time.
you're a vibe. I listen. I respect it. After tonight, I respect it.
Can't take
What's
every
going
L
on?
personally.
What?
I said you can't take every L personally.
Hey, LeBron James shoots 50% sometimes.
You said it wrong. Good effort. Good effort.
A for effort. What's going on, y'all? It's another day on the Day One podcast. I'm your co-host Anthony. Name in the box right there. I got my co-host Kyle. Y'all just heard from him not too long ago.
Yeah, bro. How was
So,
Mac and Yo Girl? Was it a good time?
I was right here watching. I don't know what you're talking about.
He was macking.
She was over. We were spending some quality relationship couple time together,
Listen,
but
your day one
nothing
comes
of
first.
those things of that nature.
Your day one comes first.
Hey, we're here. Yeah, I mean, look, this isn't going to be a super long one. I mean, it's pretty late. We both got to get up, but we're committed to the grind. We got to get you guys this content. So here we are, right here to give you guys what you need. We'll graze over this. I mean, you kind of talked a lot on it before we hopped on together. Um, Phillies lose the World Series in 6 to the Astros. Tough game 6. They were up 1-0. Schwarbaum struck, and then once they took Wheeler out, I mean, Alvarado just, man.
They took Wheeler out too early, right?
I think so.
He was at like what, 70
I mean,
pitches?
yeah. I mean, he had there was like a bad string when he got taken out, and I saw it coming.
Mm-hmm.
So at the time, I mean, again, and I'm not really a big baseball guy, so I don't really, I don't really get the averages of pitching and stuff like that. But I mean, looking at the momentum, I get why Topper did it. I get it. Because you can feel the momentum start to build. So,
Mm-hmm.
pulling Wheeler and putting Alvarado in to kind of put a wrench into the momentum, kind of stagnate it and switch it up. I can see, but man, Alvarado just laid a duck.
Yeah, like what I thought should have happened, we just saw Alvarado yesterday come in with bases loaded and have to deal with that. Like,
Yeah.
why put him in that same situation? And it was like the same part of the lineup too. He pelted all Alvarado. I mean, not Alvarado, Alvarez.
Yeah.
With a pitch yesterday, comes in and gives up a homer to him. Like, I mean, that
Yeah.
is on Alvarado in a sense, but I think like maybe you could have gotten something better out of Robertson or Sir Anthony Dominguez and put Alvarado in later.
Yeah.
But and it wasn't necessarily. I don't think it was an error to put him in because he's a hell of a pitcher and it's a lefty on lefty. You'll take that matchup, but I don't know. It's
Right.
you could
No, I mean,
almost.
I
It was
get it.
picturesque. Like you could see it. You could see that it was going to happen.
Yeah. We it was just a matter of watching it unfold. I mean, you can kind of tell what was going to happen. And then the flood, I mean, excuse me, the floodgates just opened there in Houston, and 3-run homer. It's tough. It's
Yeah.
tough. I mean, it was doable at that point, but once, I mean, you had the fourth one. Um, it was tough. It was really tough.
Again, we just couldn't get the bats rolling. Again.
Yeah. But no, man, it was a good run. It was definitely definitely magical. 2017 Eagles-esque. This is definitely going to be up there in Philadelphia sports history.
Yeah.
Though the outcome wasn't the World Series championship, it was fun to watch and be a part of. So I mean, hey, and look, I mean, you got people like me who, I don't watch baseball at all. I'm not I'm a football, basketball, NASCAR guy, and I mean also you, who's a big baseball guy, also football, basketball. You know,
Don't forget water polo.
water
Water
polo
polo.
or
They do.
curling
Or
or
curling.
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 Don't sleep on curling.
I'll never
But
sleep on curling.
yeah, I mean, it was just magical to watch. And the one thing that I can take away to kind of justify that, I mean, when they went up 2-1 and you had the entire bank singing dancing on my own, like the entire stadium was singing all like the whole lyrics,
Yep.
like goosebumps and chills just watching that video. It was just moving. And it just goes to show that Philadelphia fans are one of, if not the best fans in the world.
And the worst.
No, no.
Disgusting.
Okay, well, there's that small majority of horseshit eating fans. That is nuts. I
Mm-hmm.
listen. I'm a proud Philadelphia fan. I'm not on that fucking level. I might, if the Eagles win the Super Bowl again, I might go into Philly and climb a Crisco greased pole. But I'm not going to eat horse shit. Never. That's disgusting.
How much money would it take?
To eat horse shit?
Yeah.
None, bro. That's just bro, that is disgusting.
I mean,
I would
shit, you
throw
might
up.
catch me doing that for a rack. No less.
If we're talking like Elon Musk's entire net worth, then I might think about it. But look,
Oh no, I'm committing to, bro. I'm getting a. If it's Elon Musk's net worth, bro, give me a plate, give me a fork. Shit'll be gone in 5 minutes.
that's what I'm saying. If I have to take a bite, that's it, bro. I would probably throw it up. But no, it was definitely it's a tough pill to swallow for both of us and
Mm-hmm.
all of Philadelphia. But it happens. It is what it is. They're the better team. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
everybody kind of knew that going in, but hey, they put on a hell of a fight. They don't call them the Fightins for nothing.
yeah. It's it's tough because like I mean people are gonna look. I mean, a bunch of Phillies fans right now are probably like so fucking pissed off. But like you'll look back at it and be like, wow, we were so undermatched in every series we played. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like the Dodgers have been excellent for the past few years. The Braves are the defending champs, and the Padres have been right there with the Dodgers, just haven't been able to get it done. And then the Astros are,
yeah. I mean,
they've been the best team in the AL for years now. 6 straight championship series they've gone to.
yeah. Hey, I mean, look, if there's any silver lining that I can give to Philadelphia sports fans, wondering like, the Union lost, the Phillies
The
lost.
Union lost.
Yeah. If there's one silver lining that I can give to Philadelphia fans is the last time that the Houston Astros won the World Series in 2017. We won the bowl in 2017. So listen, here's to hoping that history repeats itself.
For sure. For sure.
Um, and we'll get into the Eagles and their Thursday night game here in a little bit, but let's move off of this and first talk about some big NBA news dealing with Kyrie Irving. He's been suspended by the Nets for at least 5 games due to anti-Semitic. I don't know how to say the word. Just
Anti-Semitic.
anti-Semitic. There's the word. Remarks. On a video, I think it was.
Yeah, it was he reposted a documentary that was I'm not too sure exactly what it was, but I know it was something towards the Jewish community. I think
Yeah,
it was either that or it was flipped like it was I don't know. I don't even fucking know, dude. Nor do I really care. Like,
Yeah.
fucking, I'm so sick of Kyrie, bro. I really am. Like, you look back at 2 years ago, okay? Well, even, okay, the first year in Brooklyn,
Yeah.
he sits out half the year because he was upset about something political, and then he skips the bubble. Fine. No,
Yeah.
not a lot of people didn't go to the bubble. Like Bradley Beal with the Wizards, he didn't go to the bubble. You know what I mean? I don't feel like. I mean, do you want to be there for your team? Yeah, but at that time, with no knowledge of what COVID was, sure, why
Yeah.
not? You know what I mean? Take the sabbatical. And then the year after that, it was kind of the same.
With the vaccine.
Yeah, with the vaccine. Or no, was that last year?
That was last year with the vaccine.
Yeah, last year with the vaccine. And then
Not this past. Not this. Wait.
I think it was this past year.
Um. It was ongoing from like when they had just got James Harden, I think,
Yeah.
into this season because um I mean New York City was like vaccine mandated. Like you had to
Yes.
have that vaccine in order to be um
Mm-hmm.
and he wouldn't take it. So he was basically like a part-time he was your part-time starting point guard for road games.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna
Except
tell another man how to take care of his body, but like
yeah.
I think it's justifiable that he should have just gotten the vaccine. Like, I mean, I got it.
I got it.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like at first I was against it because it feels like they were constantly shoving it down your throat, and then it's like you get it and you deal with the one day where you feel like you have COVID, and then you sweat it out overnight after the vaccine. I don't know if you had the same thing, but
Uh
like
I don't I don't remember honestly.
I got the
But
shot.
I ended up getting it anyway, so it
I
really
got the
didn't
shot,
matter.
and then that night I felt horrible, and then I woke up in the morning soaking wet, perfectly fine. But like, but
Yeah.
no,
I
like
mean,
that whole thing happens, and then the year with James Harden, which I believe was the same year. Yeah, that was the same year. Like you come back and then you're injured for the playoffs, and then this past year, what was it this past year? Did he take another sabbatical? Some shit.
um, it was still the vaccine, I believe,
It might have been, but whatever. Like, there's always been something with him.
in
You know what I
Brooklyn.
mean? In
Yeah.
Brooklyn, and like it really all started since he was with Boston. Ever since he left LeBron. But like, I'm just so tired of like. Imagine you went into your workplace and just started acting a fool like he does. Fired on the spot.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. How you
Yeah,
doing?
corporate America does not
Keep
like
it
that.
moving. Yeah, like, and
And I mean,
like, as much as this is a game, you know what I mean? And you're getting paid millions and millions of dollars, it's your fucking job. You signed a contract.
yeah.
So what's the big deal? Like, what's the fucking problem with Kyrie?
Yeah.
The Earth's round, bro. The Earth's fucking round.
Yeah.
So
Kyrie
like,
fantasy owners are sick right now.
I know he's on my fantasy team. I had him and
I
KD.
mean, look, I'm all for somebody like having their own opinion and like using their platform to express their own opinion. Like I'm all for that. I don't think I think sometimes in a way that like like people like Kyrie and Kanye and people that, like or even Elon Musk sometimes like I feel like people like that get misunderstood
Yeah,
when it comes to certain things, but when it pertains to like a particular group and when you're when you're saying pretty controversial stuff, I mean, you should probably see right from wrong. Like I shouldn't say this. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Although I mean, I get like there is this um there's this like kind of awakening uh thing taking place as far as um our like the United States and our current living situation and
Mm-hmm.
like the powers to be. I get that. Um but when like a lot of those people are um involved in like funding the NBA and you're one of the players, one of the star players in the NBA, you gotta really, really walk a fine line when you're going up against issues like that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, look, those people with compared to the amount of money Kyrie has, the amount of money that they have, and like their power and influence, you're not gonna get off on them. And whether they take care of his opinion the right way or the wrong way by maliciously, I don't know. They can make bot accounts to kind of go at him, but he's not on the social media, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
And
yeah, I mean, look, it's one of those things where I understand that at face value. I understand you probably shouldn't have done it though, but Kyrie has done things like this in the past, and
yeah,
is probably one reason why he's going to become the Colin Kaepernick of the NBA within like the next 2 to 3 years. So yeah, and it's sad because I mean, look, he's one of the most talented guys in the league.
he's
He's
so fun to
Kyrie,
watch. He's so fucking fun to watch.
one of the best ball handlers, pause, that I've seen ever.
I think he's the greatest ball handler there's ever been.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
the freaking Uncle Drew movie.
mm-hmm. And like to really like to give my thoughts and opinions on this, like this is so he was suspended 5 games. I don't know if you saw Sham's tweet earlier. It was like 3 hours ago. The Nets gave him 6 things he has to do before he can return.
Yeah,
Apologize and condemn the movie. Check. He needs to donate $500,000 to anti-hate causes, which he tried to do, and the CEO declined it. He said, "No, I don't want that." That's crazy. He needs
it's
to do.
fine. Sorry. I just think that's so funny. Look, I mean, he's got this list of stuff, right? He gets everything done except, oh, I gotta donate to this organization, and they literally denied it. And I was like, oh well, you can't play now. That's tough.
I don't even think it's like that, but like still, he has to
No,
do
but
sensitivity training,
yeah,
anti-Semitic training. He has to meet with the ADL and Jewish leaders, and he has to meet with Joe Side to like literally, I'm reading it word for word to demonstrate understanding.
yeah,
So he's basically got to go to class, got to spend some money, and then come back and basically explain why he was wrong and change. And here's what I think is going to happen.
okay.
This is Kyrie Irving. He is set in his ways. He's what, 32, 31, 30? He's a 30-year-old man. He's not going to change.
I don't think so either.
You know what I mean?
And I'm not
Like,
saying that's a bad thing because I really like the way Kyrie Irving is like not like expressing what he genuinely believes
absolutely.
and not giving a shit what people think. I love
Mm-hmm.
that. I think there's a lot of athletes in general that like kind of vanilla themselves just so everybody like likes them.
Mm-hmm.
As far as their personality goes and things that they stand up for. Um I like that, but it's really hard to have that fly in a league so progressive like the NBA. It's so
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if I like agree with some things Kyrie says or disagree with stuff, but like it's the fact that one, he lets it affect the play on the court. That's my number one thing. Say whatever the hell you want. Don't disappear because you're upset about something. Like I understand we have to like, take a stand about certain things and
Right.
like with the whole when he took that sabbatical, it's like I get it. You took months off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Guys were still out there putting on a show for the fans. And like, again, do what you think is best for you, totally. But I don't know, dude. Like it's so I don't know how to feel about it. Like, well, this last thing he did, I'm not for. I don't
Yeah.
fuck with nothing. Like nothing. Like it's okay to speak your mind, but like
Yeah.
when you're wrong, dude, fucking say you're wrong. He does that shit. The Nets are already pissed with him. He goes into 2 press conferences and gets combative about it. It's like, bro, like it doesn't matter if you're a basketball player, a construction worker. It doesn't matter if you're working retail at a cash register,
Or you're on the day one podcast. It don't matter.
or you're on the day one. If you say some fuck shit, apologize.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You may not mean it. Cool. I don't care if you don't mean it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, here's what I think is going to happen. Okay. And this is where I'm pissed off at the Nets. They're going to let him back in 5, 10, 15 games, whatever it is. Okay. They're going to be 5-13, 6-17, depending how long it takes, because they got a rough stretch of basketball to go through. I mean, they won last night against the Wizards without Kyrie.
Yeah. KD had an absolute highlight play.
Yeah. But I mean, like, you're not going to get that every night. You're not going to blow out NBA teams by 40. That was, you know what I mean? Cam Thomas isn't going to get you 15 points in 10 minutes on almost perfect shooting again. Like, you're not going to get
Cam Thomas is a bucket, though. Don't sleep on Cam Thomas.
I'm not, but you're not going to get that again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so they're going to welcome back in. They're going to be terrible. It's going to be another wasted year where they don't succeed. At some point, when do you just blow it up? And I think that's where it's leading. Truthfully, I think if KD is not off the team by the trade deadline, he's gone this summer.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, honestly. I think like you said, it's leading that way. I hate to, cuz like not only do I rep my Philly teams, I'm a Nets fan as well. I hate to see like that would just suck.
It would.
But I mean, look, some kind of actions has to be taken. I mean, look, they've gotten to the Eastern Conference Finals once. No, it was the second round against Milwaukee.
They got to the second round.
They only got to the second round once in the entire KD Kyrie era. And that's all they have to show for it is that was it. I forget if it was Game 6 or Game 7, but the KD game winner on the line. That's all they have to show for it.
Yeah, and it really goes to show how much a culture and an organization matters, because they've had one of the best rosters in the NBA for 4 years now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And before the year and 2 prior to KD and Kyrie coming, they didn't have one of the best rosters in the NBA. They had one of the best cultures in the NBA. That team got to the second round.
You do a sign and trade with D'Lo to get KD. I get that, but you move off like Dinwiddie and you move off all these guys. It's like
Dinwiddie's a bucket. Jarrett Allen,
like he's on his way to make an all-defensive team this year.
DeMarre Carroll's
nice with him.
Rondé
Harris
Hollis
Levert.
Jefferson. I mean,
Harris Levert.
you had some. I mean, not world beaters, but these guys can play.
You play that. You put that team with KD. I bet they're better today.
Yeah,
Like,
and that was a thought at the time.
and then
But
Kyrie disappeared, and you have to trade for Harden for insurance.
yep, and unfortunately, it didn't work out. But I mean, yeah, I think if Kyrie's going to be set in his ways, which most likely he will, this could very well be his last NBA team. I can see like if he stands on this, which like I said, I mean, there's nothing wrong with support, like standing on what you believe. I that stuff,
Yeah.
no, that's gonna get you the termination letter and the 2 weeks notice.
Yeah.
Um,
I think
he's gonna be without a job. But I mean, look, I mean, with Kyrie's money, he ain't really hurting for it. He's still spending 2016 money.
Yeah. I'm 100% positive he does not play another minute with the Nets. I think he's done with the Nets.
Oh wow, you think he's
I think
done
he's
like
done. I think he's
today?
done. I think he's done. I think we've seen the last of Kyrie with the Nets. And I'm
Wow.
telling you right now, if there isn't some type of redeeming quality with him at any point throughout this year, he's out the league.
Damn.
I'm like 50. I think it's a 50% chance that he does not play another minute on an NBA floor.
Wow. That's crazy. We'll see.
Sure, like one of those like teams that are super desperate and just need to be popular again, maybe signs them. But I'm
But I
not
mean,
even
look.
sure if
But
it's
I mean, look
worth
at
it.
the
Like,
NFL. Look at the NFL with the quarterback situations. I mean, Colin Kaepernick when he was out of the league for so long. You look at all the teams with the backups that are like much worse than he was. I mean, we don't even know. But he hasn't played football since 2016, and
and I think this thing with Kyrie is worse.
yeah,
Because the thing with Kaepernick is what he did. The problem with Kaepernick was like nobody else has done this before. You know what I mean? He didn't
yeah,
disrespect nobody. Kyrie disrespected people.
mm-hmm,
You know what I mean? That's my thing. It's like
yeah.
I don't know. Like I love Kyrie's game. You know what I mean? I love watching him play ball, but like I don't
And
care
you have to
anymore.
think at the end of the day. I mean, this is his. I mean, he's a first ballot talent. This would probably have to hurt his Hall of Fame chances when it's all said and done.
I don't think he is one right now. I don't
Well,
think he's there.
yeah, well, I mean, with everything going around, I mean,
Yeah.
you don't want a guy like that in the Hall.
No,
I
but
love Kyrie though. I mean,
I know.
it's a shame. Hate to see it, but let's move off of this here.
Yeah.
Why don't we talk about something a little more light? Let's talk about
Yeah.
Thursday Night Football. The Birds, for the first time in franchise history, are 8-0. They got the win against the Houston Texans, 29-17, on prime time. Jalen goes back to the cribbo, NRG reliant. He puts on the show, 2 touchdowns, I think 274 passing. Damian Pierce had over 130 yards rushing.
Which is a problem.
This game was it caught everybody kind of off guard.
Yeah. You're probably not going to agree with me because you're an Eagles fan, but I think what we saw on Thursday with the run game, it's starting to become a consistent problem, and I think people are. Houston didn't win because the talent isn't there. But if they go up against another good team and they run the ball like they did against Houston, that's a recipe to beat them.
I agree.
It's a
You're not
problem.
look, you're not getting any disagreeing out of me. That was my big red flag cuz I mean Jordan Davis has been an absolute stud for us this year. So it just goes to show how influential he was in the run defense. I mean, I will say they started to get their footing later in the game, but at that point they already have the run established. Um, but it's crazy with this defense. I mean, you look at at times they're playing like absolute dog shit. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like who the hell is 73? Wilson, who he just got him off of the street and he's playing more minutes than Robert Quinn. This guy's not Jordan Davis. Get him off the field. Why is Kayvon Wallace in the game?
Yeah.
He does
Yeah.
nothing but tweet. That's all he's done since he's been a Philadelphia Eagle. I've seen him post more tweets than make big plays.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he out on the field? I'm like ripping my hair out in the first half. This should not be a 14-14 game. And I mean,
No.
I get the short week and all, but again, like Jalen said, you can't make that an excuse. And there were times on the offense too that they were a little out of sync. Some early snaps, the first fumble of the year.
Yep.
Um, but I mean, look, they came to Houston came to play. This was their Super Bowl for sure. I mean, this is what the Eagles are going to get for the rest of the year until somebody knocks us off. They're going to get everybody's best, and I don't think that's changing the next time they play against the Commanders. I'm gonna be there. Um, Hopefully I'm wrong, but I think it's going to be not more of the same, but it's not going to be like last time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Quick question. Do I look less pale now compared
Uh,
to now?
yeah.
The lighting looks better this way. I just turned the pop monitors on night mode.
Got you. Got you.
but
No,
but
you're
yeah,
all good.
dude, I think it's a win column on the stat. It's a win on the stat sheet, but everywhere else, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't think everywhere else. It definitely you definitely see a chink in the armor with
mm-hmm.
the run defense. If they're able to kind of and they got the longer week now to kind of like be like, okay, this front didn't work against run. We gotta do this different coverage, or they have time to kind of look and kind of game plan.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they need Davis to get healthy. That's number one for the run defense.
For
But
sure.
once they got them in those obvious passing situations, I mean, that's when they got opportunistic and they forced turnovers. Gardner, CD, fifth interception on the year. He's leading the league now. You got to extend this man today, like yesterday.
Yep.
Bradbury with an interception late. I mean, they made plays when they had to make plays. And the offense too. I mean, the offense looked really good for the most part.
Yeah.
Other than the couple mistakes, they put on some methodical drives, and
Yeah, didn't they go like 92 yards at some point for a touch? Like on 18 plays?
their first two drives were like 18 plays, or like I think the first one was 18, and the second one had to be like 16 plus.
Mm-hmm.
It was absolutely like pristine S tier play calling by Shane Steichen. I mean, man has it figured out. Jalen Hurts continues to execute under duress. Um, and I mean, look, I mean, he has to be in your MVP conversation through 8 games. He's
Sorry.
one of the big reasons why this football team is 8-0.
Yeah. I'd argue he's the biggest reason.
Yeah. And for all the the Eagles Twitter followers that, want to see his downfall, well, you wait, cuz look, if you want to say Justin Fields had this roster, we'd be 6-0, or Jimmy G, 6-0, 8-0. I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. Not
Yeah.
not with not with what we've had to go through so far. But it's good. I mean, there's a lot to learn here. it's very good that you can improve it while you're still winning. Like, this is an undefeated football team. Obviously, this is probably one of the worst games that they've played this year, if
Mhm.
not the worst. Um, but they still found a way to get it done.
Yep.
And you just like that. You like to see that, regardless of like the record of the other opponent. I mean, these are National Football League teams. They're professionals for a reason. And look, they're gonna come to play. You got to be prepared to play.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, moral of the story is you played your worst game of the season and you won by 12.
Yeah,
But
almost cover the spread, but that's all
but,
right.
but yeah, like
Um,
real quick before we do move on, like if you look ahead to the playoffs and this run game doesn't get better,
I think it will. I think it will.
and because like this is just the Texans, right? They have nothing else outside of Damian Pierce, in my
Yeah,
opinion. Minnesota with Dalvin Cook. If he puts up those numbers, that's probably a Vikings win. Because you look at the past, the defense. Same thing with the Cowboys with
yeah.
Zeke and Pollard, the Giants with Barkley,
We'll see. We
and the
stopped
Niners.
Zeke. We stopped Zeke and Pollard. I don't, for some reason, week 2 they did not use Dalvin Cook at all. He had like
Mm-hmm.
20 yards because they said that we shut him out. I don't
Yep.
remember them running to him like at all.
No, I don't really know what he did that game. I think it was.
He didn't do much, honestly. He might have had a couple. He had a
No.
couple like check down passes.
Yep.
Um,
Six
but I mean,
carries for 17 yards.
6 carries.
For 17 yards, four
Wow.
catches for 19.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what they were thinking that week, which is fine with me. It was a Vikings pack, 38
Mm-hmm.
to 7. But look, I mean, Jordan Davis is probably halfway through his high ankle sprain on IR. He can't come back for 4 weeks. This is like the second week that he's out. Or actually,
Mm-hmm.
no, this is the first week, I think. So he should be back after, or well, designated to come off of IR after the Tennessee game, I believe. Um, which
That's
it
the
still
problem
gives
with
him
Derrick
time
Henry.
to get healthy, and it's a fresh body for when we get to closer to playoff time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in that sense, he might not be there. That tough Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon, Derrick Henry part of the schedule leading into Saquon Barkley, Zeke, Justin Fields. I think we'll be all right though. It just look, Jonathan Gannon scares me at times. I just don't know how this man was a head coaching finalist last year in the offseason. I don't, it just baffles my freaking mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like he's rotating in like the second string special teams guys on goal line.
Yep.
I'm like, what are you doing? You have the first team for a reason. Like, I don't know. It's rough. Look, I've always said this, that the coaching staff was the weak link on this team.
I'd agree with that.
Um, yeah. That look, if it all rides on that, I'm gonna stand on it. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
wanted to say that it was gonna stand on Jalen Hurts. They go as he goes, but it to the extent of the coaching staff. I mean, the talent is obviously there. It's just a matter of the coaches putting it together each week. I'm not worried about the offense. Not worried about at all.
No, the offense is going good.
It's the defense that I worry about at times. At times, but
Yeah.
they're very opportunistic, and they're one of the top defenses in the league. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we saw what they did once they were able to pin their ears back a little bit on the Texans and kind of take the game over.
And Jalen's going to have a turnover here and there. Like, you can't kill him for
Mm,
it. It was a blind side. That one fumble was a blind side hit while he's,
yep.
loading up the ball. So,
Yeah, good play by former Eagle Steven Nelson.
yeah,
Um, that was definitely a get up game for him.
for sure.
I mean, I want and I didn't at the time I didn't expect the Eagles to go this ham. So I was like, damn, man, you really got to find a better upgrade for Steven Nelson. But when they pulled James Bradbury out of their ass, I was like, dog, I'm gonna take it. But Nelson was solid for us last year. So to see him, he made a really good tackle on Devontae Smith on a second and long on a screen, and then to strip Jalen, and he had his way. A good game for him, but still an
Yeah.
L.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll
Shout
see.
out
But
Sexbox. Sexbox in chat. Shout out.
sex bots in chat, get the fuck out of here.
Shout out.
Chat in U City, free vert
Oh,
girls. Chat in U City.
free singles in my area?
Yeah,
That's tough.
in your area.
My area.
All right, let's get into these spread picks.
Yes, sir.
That time of the day.
The Pick'ems.
Yeah. So we started off to a great start this week. Eagles 29-17. They did not cover the 14. Or what did you write down for that? Because I know it shifted to 14.
13 and a half.
13.5. Okay. So yeah, no, they did not cover that. Unfortunately. Which is cool. I think a lot of people did not expect the Texans to cover.
Yeah.
I for one
Actually,
did
I
not.
think it's on this page.
Especially in the first half. That blew up all of my parlays. That was my bad beats. Because I had the Eagles winning the first half. I'm like, look, I mean, they're the best second quarter team in the NFL. They should be up at least 10 in the first half, at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
first half. But hey, any given Sunday, right?
For sure.
All right. So, you ready to get into these?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's waste no time. So, Indianapolis Colts are on the road taking on the New England Patriots in Foxborough. Little juice here. Teams are on a roll.
Mm-hmm.
Patriots are 4.5-point favorites at home. Who you got?
I like New England to cover. -4.5. Sam Ellinger, rookie. I mean, he's essentially a rookie. Belichick at home against rookie quarterbacks is like undefeated. So that one's not very hard for me. They probably blow him out, to be honest with you. Plus, no Jonathan Taylor.
Oh yeah,
That's that's
Jonathan
an easy
Taylor
one for
out.
me. I
Yeah,
think
yeah. Give me New England as well. Bill Belichick is still that guy.
for sure.
Y'all sleep, but look, the Patriots are at 500,
Yeah.
4-4.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a
Good for them.
sneaky wild
Don't
card.
care. Good for them. Don't care.
Yeah. Moving on here, Green Bay going into Detroit to take on the Detroit Lions. Lions are 3.5-point dogs at home. Division game. We know the Packers have not looked like themselves.
Yeah.
What do you think, bro?
I like the Packers. I do. At minus three. What is it? -3.5. Yeah. I mean,
-3.5.
Aaron Rodgers owns that division. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, Detroit's defense is terrible. This is probably a game where Green Bay, quote unquote, gets back. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. They got
It's pretty easy
Lazard,
for me, to be
Watson. Their
honest.
two receivers are questionable. David Bakhtiari with a knee is questionable. And on the Detroit side, DeAndre Swift is questionable. Harris, D lineman, questionable. And they also did just trade TJ Hawkinson, so they're without him. Yeah, give me the Packers.
Yeah.
-3.5. I think it's close though.
Yeah, probably.
We've seen in the past teams that go on a fire sale at the trade deadline do some weird things.
Yeah. We're starting to get to that point of the year where we know what teams are, and a lot of these
Yeah,
games just aren't interesting to talk about. Like Green
yeah,
Bay, Detroit, I could care less.
right. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Next one here. LA Chargers going into Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Chargers are 3-point favorites on the road. Um, they half a game with these teams. I mean, you look at the Chargers, you would think, look, they could be an AFC contender, and you look at the Falcons like, oh, they're a dog shit team. But these Chargers are 4-3, Falcons are 4-4. What do you think?
I think the Falcons fall off this week. I think they do. I mean, even with all the injuries the Chargers have, I think they're still a way better football team. Justin Herbert is really good.
I think
This will
so too.
probably be a big game for the other receivers. I mean, Mike Williams is going to be on AJ Terrell, and
Josh Palmer.
people that are sleeping on the Atlanta Falcons. AJ Terrell is a top 5 corner in the NFL.
Yeah.
So Mike Williams will be non-existent, but the
It'll be
run
the
game is
Josh
going to be
Palmer
solid.
game.
Yeah, Josh Palmer, Austin Eckler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me the Chargers as well. I think this is probably going to be an offensive powerhouse game. I could see this one probably the over for this is 49.5. I could see this going over like 55.
For sure.
I mean, we've seen both of these. I mean, the Chargers offense, obviously, they put up numbers, but we've seen the Atlanta Falcons offense for some reason with Marcus Mariota put up numbers as well. It baffles me, but I mean, we've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, we could see a big scoring game there, possibly. But yeah, give me the
Yep.
Chargers. Moving on here. Buffalo Bills going into New Jersey to take on your New York Football Jets. Jets are 10.5-point dogs at home. And he got the hammer out for this one. We already know where he's going with this.
Give me the Bills to cover minus 10.5.
Oh, wow. Wow. I thought you were picking the Jets.
Nah,
No?
dude. James Robinson's non-existent in our offense. Zach Wilson sucks.
Again.
The Bills are too
What
good.
happened? No Jets playoffs?
No, we're
Playoff
still
hopes?
going to the fucking playoffs. We're winning
Okay.
that damn Super Bowl. But
Okay.
this week it ain't happening. Okay.
Okay.
This is actually my hammer of the week. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Hammer of the week.
Yeah, give me the Bills as well. You're riding my coattails crazy here.
I'm
I
making
mean,
all the picks first. What are you talking about? I'm riding your coattails.
I had it in my head before I even asked you what it was. Yeah, I mean the Jets have some injuries at some key positions, and the Bills are one of the best teams in football. I mean, seeing the Packers kind of keep it close, who are probably a worse team than the Jets are,
Mm-hmm.
makes me wonder. But I mean, the injuries, and this is the division game, and the Bills put up numbers.
Yep.
Give me the Bills.
I'll be surprised if the Jets score 10, and I'll be surprised if Buffalo doesn't score 35.
I agree.
But I'm
Next,
excited to watch Sauce on Diggs, though. I am
yeah,
excited to watch that.
yeah.
That should be
All right,
fun.
next one here. Minnesota Vikings going into Washington to take on the Washington Commanders. Vikings are 3-point favorites on the road. We got.
Vikings 3 point. Yeah,
It's tough.
I like the commies here to cover.
You like the
I think
commies to cover?
I
Okay.
do. Taylor Heineke, bro. Brian Robinson. Shot in the leg. Dalvin Cook's probably not going to run well on that defensive line. I don't know. I don't know why I like the Commanders here. It just feels like that's the right pick. And what do I do on this show? Dripping in objectivity, right?
Yeah.
So I like the commies this week.
Yeah. I mean, They are without some guys. Cole Holcomb is out with a foot injury. Mayo, their other linebacker, hamstring out. Jahan Dotson, J.D. McKissick, both out. I mean they got talent though. This is all the makings of a trap game for Minnesota.
for sure.
Um,
What do you like?
Give me the Vikings to cover though.
Yeah.
This can be very interesting. Um, like I said, this has all the makings of a trap game. So if they lose, I honestly would not be surprised.
Yep.
But they're not fucking winning in the league next week. I can tell you that much. Um, but Minnesota, high-powered offense, 6-1, second best team in the NFC, behind us. Give me that. Next one here. Carolina Panthers going into Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. Bengals are 7-point favorites at home. Who you got?
Cincy, I think. Carolina on the road in Cincy. I think this is going to be ugly. I don't think anyone cares to watch this game because unless you are a Joe Burrow homer, you're not really going to want to watch this game because it's going to be over and it's going to be over fast, I think. Truthfully.
This is tough for me, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my gut's telling me Carolina at +7, just because like they're not really that good, but they've like been in a lot of these football games like within a touchdown.
Yeah.
But the Bengals are in like a must win when you look at their schedule. Like
Mm-hmm.
you have to beat them here because after this they got Pittsburgh, Tennessee, Kansas City, Cleveland again, Tampa Bay. Like if they don't get this one here, like they probably are not making the playoffs.
Yeah. Probably not. So what do you like?
No Jamar Chase either.
Yeah.
Um, oh man. Wow, Collins questionable. Flowers. You know what? Give me the Panthers at +7.
Okay.
I mean, I think the Bengals will find a way to win this game, but I just think they have a lot of key guys out, and the Panthers are hungry to win football games. And I mean, when you look at the NFC South too, it's a shit division. So for
Yeah.
some reason, they're only like what, a game and a half behind for the division lead,
Yep.
and everybody would have said like a couple weeks ago that they were consensus worst team in the NFL. That's obviously the Houston Texans, but I
Yes.
digress. So yeah, hey, who
I
knows?
like it, bro. Hammer the dog.
Hammer the dog. All
Dog
right,
mentality.
next
Dog
game here.
mentality.
Yep, next game here. The Las Vegas Raiders going into Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Raiders are 2.5-point favorites on the road. Who you got?
I'm gonna double dip Jacksonville money line into cover.
Wow.
The Raiders suck. They stink. They have so much talent and they stink.
I know.
You know what I mean? Jacksonville's hungry too. They still don't know they're bad because they're young.
These are both 2-win football teams. I just think that's crazy to say that the Raiders are a 2-win football team with what they've done in the offseason.
Yeah.
I think they're good enough to beat the Jags. Give me the Raiders at -2.5.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the roster. I mean, I don't know.
It's
It just
true. Their
baffles me that
roster,
they're only a 2-win football team.
yeah, their roster is much better than the Jags. I just
Yeah.
like I don't know, dude.
Jags are frisky. I get it.
The
First game.
Raiders have always been a disappointment.
Yeah. I feel like this can be a get back for them.
That's weird. They only beat good teams like prime time in division against like the Chiefs or like
Yeah. They've in their defense though, they've had a pretty rough schedule.
yeah, they
I
have
mean, they beat uh yeah, let me look at this really quick. We'll look at their schedule real quick. Yeah, Chargers, Cardinals, Titans, Broncos, Chiefs, Texans are the dubs. They shut out against the Saints. It's been tough. It's been tough.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're putting pieces together, thinking it's gonna go like in one game, I mean, it's obviously a gut reality check that things need time to get going.
For sure.
But I think that's a get back for them. Give me the Raiders. The Raiders.
They stink.
Next game here, the Miami Dolphins going into Chicago to take on the Bears. 4.5 point dogs at home are the Bears. Who you got in this game? The Dolphins or the Bears?
I like Miami to cover just because like I feel the spread should be at least double that, right?
Yeah, it feels like it should be 7.5 or an 8.5. Give me the Dolphins to cover and win the football game.
Yeah,
I
dude.
mean, when they're favored, they're going to win anyway. So
I'd like Miami to lose this week.
the
You
double
know,
dip doesn't matter. This also does have the makings of a trap game. Chicago is, for some reason, in conversations to maybe be in the conversation for the wild card at 3-5.
the frisky Bears.
The frisky Bears.
Yep, for
Yeah,
real.
but give me Miami.
I like it. I like it.
This next game here this is gonna be a certified hood classic. They saved us the good games for 4 o'clock and on. Um, Seattle Seahawks going into Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Cardinals are 1.5 point favorites at home. This is Vegas's classic toss up. I don't know who to win. Um, I will say Marquise Goodwin is out with a groin injury. Is that Wait a minute. Is that Davion Taylor? No, it's not Davion Taylor. Their linebacker out with a groin. Taylor. Buda Baker, James Conner, Ledbetter, Humphreys, Garnick, all questionable for the Cardinals.
They'll probably play.
They'll probably play. Yeah. I mean, look, this is the division game. Cardinals need to get this one in order to get back in.
Mm-hmm.
Seahawks leading the division. They got to get what they can get.
Yeah,
It's tough. This is a
this
tough
is
one.
tough for you. It's kind of easy for me. Hey,
How easy?
give me Arizona by like a ton for real. D Hop's back. You know what I mean? Like that's really
And
all.
if James Conner plays, okay, you talk me into it. Give me Arizona as well.
Yeah, and if
I
Buda
really
Baker's
like I
questionable,
really
he'll
like what
probably
the
play.
Seahawks are doing though. I
I
really
don't.
I
I hate
really
the
do.
fucking Seahawks.
I
Come on,
really I
Gino.
really
You
like
couldn't have done this for the Jets 6, 7 years ago. Come
no,
on, bro.
because it's the Jets.
Bro,
You didn't have Pete Carroll as your head coach.
the Jets are a Super Bowl team this year. Don't
Look, I mean,
disrespect the Jets.
look, nobody wants to talk about it, but Russell Wilson is looking like a poverty quarterback.
Yeah, bro. The
So like,
highest paid
move
backup
off of
in the league.
huh?
Highest paid backup in the league.
Let's ride. Um, yeah, no, I mean they found something good in Geno Smith, and they really tapped into what makes him good, and he's got a lot of confidence.
No, they
Like he's
didn't. You know what makes him good? DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett is what makes him good.
all right.
He sucks. Geno sucks. Geno Smith. Fuck you.
Hey, listen, you're hearing this from a depressed Jets fan,
I'm
so
not
take
depressed.
that for
We're better than the Seattle.
hey.
Give me the Jets money line if they ever play Seattle. Ever.
Look,
Ever.
for those of you watching out here and you're listening to this bogus take, you're listening to it from a depressed Jets fan. You got to be honest though. Geno Smith has been playing at like a top 10 quarterback this year. This
You're
year. This
high.
year.
You're high.
I'm not saying he's a top 10 quarterback like
All right, we're getting into this. Hang on.
I'm not saying he's a top 10 quarterback like, Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, but when you look at how he's been playing this year, name me 10 other quarterbacks that have played better than Geno Smith this year.
Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen. I'd say Burrow.
Maybe.
Burrow's been better. Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, you think
The
so?
team success isn't there, but the individual play.
Okay.
I'm talking individual play.
Okay. I'll give you that.
Okay.
But the team has to factor for something, though.
It does. That's why I'm saying Tua. Jimmy G.
Okay.
Has been playing better than him. Lamar. Kirk.
And this is about where I'd slot Geno Smith in 9-10.
Herbert. 2,000 yards, 12 picks, 12 interceptions, 4 picks.
You got to factor the team for something, though.
But they're not. It's not like the Seahawks are world beaters right now.
No,
they're the same record as the Jets. The fucking New York Football Jets.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying.
This is a hot take, but Daniel Jones is playing better than Geno Smith.
Daniel Jones, bro, stop it. This dude does not throw in the fucking fourth quarter, and you mean to tell me that he's better than Geno Smith?
He's winning games.
Dude,
he's winning more games than Geno.
Hold on. Listen. They went head to head last week. Who won?
I don't care last week.
What'd you say?
I don't care who won.
Exactly, because you know I'm right. That's why you don't care. They went head to head last week. Look, if Daniel Jones was a better quarterback, he would have outright beat him. But no, Geno Smith outright beat him.
Whatever.
Bro, you just look. It's all right. I get it. I know. I tugged on a heartstring there for a little bit. I get it.
Kenny Pickett.
It's cool. I tugged on a heartstring. That's all right. Y'all got to see it live. It's cool.
Rush.
Yeah, all right. Gardner Minshew. All right. All right, let's move on.
Joe Flacco. For real. That's crazy. Joe Flacco is still top 30 in the NFL in passing.
Baker Mayfield, the newest Carolina defensive lineman.
Yeah.
All right, let's move off this game before we have a fist fight.
Who are you taking?
Arizona.
No. Daniel Smith was the best quarterback in the football week.
Bro, I literally said you talked me into it, and then we started talking about Geno Smith. Run the tape back. Run the tape back.
Geno's the top 10 quarterback in the football.
Run the tape back. I did not say. I said, all right, you talked me into it. Arizona -1.5, and then we started talking about. I was like, but listen, Jalen Hurts, Geno Smith has been playing really good this year, and then you got on your hey, Geno Smith, fuck Geno Smith.
Is Geno Smith the best quarterback in the professional American Football League?
No, he's not, because Jalen Hurts also plays in the Professional American Football League.
That's true.
It's cool.
Christian McCaffrey's been a better fucking quarterback than Geno Smith. He's got 100% completion percentage this year.
Okay, that's cool. Let's move on.
All right.
Another wild one right here. LA Rams going into Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. Tampa Bay 3-point favorites at home. These are two teams. I think whoever loses this game is probably going to miss the playoffs.
That's a bold statement, actually.
Yeah, but when you look at these, look at both of their schedules. I mean, this is probably like a game. Unless Tampa Bay somehow wins their division, which I guess is possible considering how shit the NFC South is. Um, I mean, these teams are going to be fighting for a wild card spot. This is one of those games where like you got to beat this team to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
When you look at it,
Mhm.
Cooper Cup is playing. They got a bunch of guys on the Tampa Bay questionable out. Antoine Winfield out with a concussion. Cameron Brate out, neck injury. Van Jefferson, Allen on their offensive line is questionable. I don't know, bro.
I like the Rams.
You like the Rams?
Maybe not to win, but to cover. With that offensive line that Tampa has, they're going to wreck the game. The Rams defense is going to wreck the game. Tom Brady is going to get sacked at least 5 times this week.
You're right.
Okay.
Give me the Rams.
Put that in
Give
the
me the
back of
Rams
your
as
mind.
well, +3.
Put that in the back of your mind if you're watching this game. Tom Brady's going to get sacked 5 times.
Yeah. Give me the Rams at +3. This also fills my propaganda of my hot take from a couple weeks ago that I said Tampa Bay was not going to make the playoffs after losing to Carolina. Fits that mold. But I mean, when you this game right here definitely will decide probably the 7th and final wild card spot, depending on whether both of these teams don't win their division, because they're fighting for a play. I mean, when you look at it here, you got the Eagles at 8-0, the 1 seed, the Vikings 6-1, the 2nd seed. Currently, the Seahawks 3rd seed at 5-3, and the Falcons at 4-4, the 4th seed. And then out of the NFC East, you got the Cowboys, Giants 5th, 6th, and then that leaves 1 for 7, and that is between the 49ers, the Commanders, the Rams, Packers, Bears, Cardinals, Buccaneers, and the Saints, who are 3-5.
Left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders.
Crazy turnaround. They're going to take an L next week, though.
Yeah.
For sure.
Live.
Right
in front of you.
Right in front of my eyes.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I feel about that game.
Yeah. All right.
Moving on. Tennessee in Arrowhead to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. It's the Arrowhead Invitational, because when you look at this spread, Kansas City is a 12.5-point favorite at home. And mind you, Tennessee is a 5-2 ball club.
They have the same record.
Yeah. Yet they're fucking 12.5-point underdogs. Hammer that. Give me that. All Tennessee at +12.5. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I think, listen, get your hammer out. Go grab that hammer. This is my hammer of the week. Tennessee +12.5.
Yeah.
That is absolutely criminal. I don't know how these odds makers come up with these odds. Like, okay, listen, just because the constellations and the zodiac signs line up with the moon at specifically 8:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Sunday Night Football matchup in Arrowhead Invitational, Andy Reid and Ryan Tannehill can't throw to Treylon Burks, and Robert Woods and Derrick Henry can't facilitate the entire offense. They're going to be 12.5-point underdogs.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Like, Tennessee's been playing really well this year. They've flown under the radar. Derrick Henry's been running the ball really well. They've been getting consistent pressure in the games that I've seen. I think they're the only team in the NFL with at least 6 pressures a game.
I
Um,
honestly would not know that off of the top of my head. Oh, this is the Sunday Night Football matchup, yeah.
yeah, that's what I'd be doing, bro. I'd
Um,
be doing the research. But yeah,
yeah,
Tennessee's a good ball club. That's a pretty large spread. So yeah, give me the
yeah.
Chiefs minus 12.5.
You're such an ass, bro. Um,
It's fucking Tennessee, bro.
I mean, look, they've gone under the radar. They've played some good football. Derrick Henry is that dude. I mean, after they started off slow,
Mm-hmm.
um, I mean, they have a lot of guys questionable. Ryan Tannehill is questionable for this game. That's probably why the spread is so big. But um,
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. The Titans lost to the Giants and they lost to the Bills. Right?
right?
Their wins, this 5-game win streak, they won by 2 against the 2-win Raiders. They won by a tud against the Colts, 4 points against the Commanders, 9 against the Colts at home, and then they escaped last week against Houston. They've beaten nobody. This could just be we have a slight talent advantage over everybody, and we're experienced because we've been a cohesive unit. That's why we're winning. But the next 5 games for the Titans, bro, Chiefs, Broncos, Packers, Bengals, Eagles, that could be 5 losses in a row.
Yeah.
So I don't believe in Tennessee. I think they're a fraudulent 5-2. So yeah, KC minus 12.5 is kind of easy for me, to be honest with you.
All right. Look, I mean, your record says who you are, and I mean to
No, it
just.
doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it fucking doesn't. You know it
I mean,
doesn't.
I mean, look, you can say the same thing about the Eagles, but contrary to popular belief about us having probably one of the easiest schedules in the league, I read somewhere that our schedule was rated the 12th toughest in the league.
Yeah, yeah. You haven't had the easy schedule.
So, I mean, everybody wants to say how much of a cakewalk schedule we've had. Honestly, no. It's been tough, and for them to win the games that they have in the fashion that they have is freaking impressive.
Yeah.
Um,
Like that whole I'm sorry, like I disagree with you firmly. That whole comment they made about your record says who you are, bro. I mean, the Colts are 3-4. I think they're a better team than that. Looking at their roster. The Jets
yeah.
are 5-3. They're a much worse team than 5-3.
Well, right now they are, yeah.
They're a much worse team than 5-3. Cincy, I think, is the best team in that division. They're 4-4. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think if Ryan Tannehill gives it a go and they have all their guys that are questionable here, and I don't know for sure right now. If their guys like Bud Dupree, Strong, Simmons, if they all give it a go, then I don't see why this can't be less than 10.
I made that pick not remembering it might be Malik Willis. I had it drilled into my head Ryan Tannehill was playing. If Malik fucking Willis plays, bro, fuck, they're
Look, if
winning by 20.
Malik Willis is starting, I am going to flip my pick,
You
honestly.
cannot. You
I know
cannot.
I
It
can't, but
binds today.
I know. I hope Malik Willis isn't starting because then it's
Yeah.
definitely going to be an L.
Fuck, football starts in 12 hours, so I have to wake up in 4 hours.
Me too.
Yeah.
F. All right.
Bet in
All
the
right, let's
chat,
get this
please.
last one and get the hell out of
Hey,
here. All right, so
Sex Spots, can you put an L in chat, please? Thank you very much.
L for both of us.
Yeah.
All right, last game, Monday Night Football. Ravens going into the Superdome to take on the New Orleans Saints. Um, excuse me. Ravens are 1.5-point favorites on the road. This is what they say is a toss-up.
I like New Orleans at home. Honestly.
I do as well.
I mean, the Ravens are a better team, I think. I feel like everybody agrees.
I think
But
this is as much as the Eagles fan in me with their first round pick doesn't want them to succeed. They're on a little bit of a streak right now. and well, a 1-game win streak, but they shut out the Raiders at home, who were probably on paper a better football team than them.
For sure.
That home field advantage is crazy.
Yeah. And that dome down there.
Yeah. So I mean, who knows? But that defense, that Baltimore defense is next level.
I mean, the Ravens could blow them out.
Yeah.
They really could. I like I said earlier in the year, I think the Ravens could be a Super Bowl team, but like the way that they've lost some of their games, could they be a fraudulent 5-3? Like, are they actually that good?
Yeah.
Like through the first 4 weeks, Lamar Jackson was getting the highest contract in NFL history. You look at and then now you look at some of these games that they've lost and how they're performing. Like,
Yeah. And you kind of see why they've kind of held off on giving him the bag.
yeah, shout out Baltimore front office for making a solid decision because he's not worth that, in my opinion.
Wow.
He's not. I mean, like you work like I worry about Lamar Jackson in the NFL like I worry about Ja in the NBA.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? So, and Lamar's been healthy, but like that can change as your body gets older and things like that. Like he's young, he can absorb hits now, but
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
You can't do it forever.
No. But who do you like?
Huh?
Who do you like?
I said New Orleans.
Oh, you like New Orleans? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a tough one for me because I could totally see Baltimore winning it handedly. You know what? Actually, give me Baltimore. I'm switching my pick. My bad. That's why you don't use pen. That's why you use pencil, bro. Easy erase.
I'm a
Fix it.
20-year-old boy, man. You think I carry around pencils?
I do.
Then you're still a boy.
I'm a man.
You're still a
I
boy.
carry around a number 2 mechanical pencil. I'm a nerd, some would say. Yeah. Now that I think about it, look, I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be one of those.
I switched it to Baltimore. Okay,
Okay,
so you
yeah,
can't
no,
switch it back.
give me Baltimore.
All right. All right, bro. The pen is binding.
Yep.
That's what. So, like, when you come over at night, like, and so for all of you that don't know, he likes to come over to my house at night and stare at me while I sleep through my window.
That's not true. That's
That's
not
why.
true.
That's
That
why
is
I write.
absolutely not
That's
true. That
why
is
I write.
insane that you would say something like that over the internet. Absolutely incriminating me for behavior that I do not partake in.
I'm guessing. FBI, not true. But like, but no, that's why I
Exactly.
write in
Why would you
pen.
say
So
something like that over the interwebs? Is crazy.
that's
Look,
why I.
the reason why I use pen is because this man likes to stare at me through my window and watch me sleep and take note of how much I breathe and my rhythmic heartbeats
Oh,
and
yeah, I didn't go that far.
like you implied it. You implied it.
No, but no, I write in pen so that like we can't change anything. So we stick to our guns.
I get it. I get it.
What else you got to talk about, bro? Is there anything else that's on your mind?
Um, not really. I mean, all I can say as an Eagles fan watching Thursday night football, it was ugly. It was a win. It was ugly.
Yep.
It just goes to show again that through this was a different way that they won. They've won literally every single game a different way every week.
Mm-hmm.
Every week has been different. This one is no different. Um, they haven't played a game where it's well. That's not true. Well, is it true? Not where it's been like 14-14 at half, and then like when they came out and they went 3 and out the first 2 drives. It hasn't been that.
No. But no, it's kind of a good thing though because it gives you something at film to look at.
Yeah, and like if you would have lost this game against the Texans, everybody would be questioning if we were legit or not. So for good teams find a way to win football games against teams that you should beat. So I'm thankful that they were able to find a way to beat the worst team in football when it wasn't looking good on a short week. Hopefully they come out next week on Monday Night Football in prime time. Link Invitational, the Heineke Pack. I will be there live smoking the pack. You might get a live pod from me.
Yeah.
We should do a live pod.
Yeah, like I'll do a pod and then you can call in.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, start the pod, send me the link. I'll call in. I'll be off the yak. Be off the apple juice.
Yep. All right, before we go, get your glasses. Get your glasses, put them on. Moment of silence for the Philadelphia Phillies. Thank you.
Wait a second. This moment of silence is not done.
Oh, it's not done? All right, hang on, I'll put my glasses back on. It's not a very silent moment of silence. Okay, moment of silence.
Moment of silence for the Fightins.
Wait, no, you're doing it wrong. Hang on. Do me a favor, pause that. Pause that.
All right, that's enough.
No, my moment of silence time. Okay, put them back on. Put them back on.
Somebody said you got a new friend. Does she love you better than I can? And there's a big black sky over my town. I know where a bit she's from.
Thank you, everyone, for that beautiful moment of silence. For all the brothers we've lost. I hope we watch the last game Nick Castellanos ever plays in a Phillies uniform.
Tough
So,
scene.
can't have it. All right, you good? That'll definitely be clipped and posted on the TikTok. That's our first post.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. Back-to-back videos. My personal thoughts on the Phillies and everything they meant to me over the years. And we drop our usual twice-a-week pod discussing spread bets, shit like that. Kyrie Irving being a bum-ass motherfucker. Things like that.
We said that this was going to be short, but it's
literally as long as all the rest of them.
What the fuck?
Every time.
Go figure.
Yeah, but thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm your boy, Kyle. That's Anthony. I'll catch you on the next one.
Tell a friend and tell a friend. Like,
tell a friend
subscribe, turn on notifications so you know when we go live.
All that good stuff.
Things of that nature. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Fightins in 9.
Till the next day on the Day One podcast. It's been real.
Later, y'all.
Peace.